Good evening, everyone. If you don't know, you should know. My name is Rameez and I am a filmmaker and a film critic. And today's movie is a very special one, and it is a very good one. It's a Martin Scorsese movie, after all. It must be good. Today's film is After Hours.
What do you want from me? What have I done? I'm just a word processor, damn it.
Is that all there is?
After Hours, when anything can happen, and usually does.
After Hours is a film about Paul Hackett, who is a word processor living in the city of New York. Yes, a word processor. That used to be a job before this existed. Paul Hackett, played by Griffin Dunne, hates his professional and personal life as nothing is going on in both of his lives. One day, all of that seems to change as he meets a young and beautiful woman. Things take a turn for the worse as she commits suicide after taking a ton of sleeping pills. Yeah. That's how it begins. And after that, it is just Martin Scorsese one-upping every crazy and wacky situation you saw before. Paul Hackett, played by Griffin Dunne, is exceptional in this film. Not only is he playing the word processor, but he also plays the mirror and grounding element of the story. This is a story about New York. It takes the fact that New York is such a high-paced society and a fast city where no one gives a damn about you, and takes that fact and it satirizes it. Have you guys ever been to New York? I've been there twice, and the cool thing and the beauty of New York to me is how everyone is focused on themselves. There's no time for other people, as everyone's so willing to reach success that they forget about other people. It's cool and sad at the same way, and Scorsese shows us that dichotomy in this film by using all the supporting characters who are not just mere supporting characters. Each character is very memorable as each of them has a defining trait, and all of them have spectacular dialogue riddled with wit and tons of action. Every dialogue Paul Hackett shares with a supporting character of the film, except for one, ends up focusing on the person he's having it with. It's very subtly done, and because you see it over and over and over, which is not so subtle, the message gets to us in a very subtle way. Even a waitress, a friggin' waitress for some reason, manages to take Paul Hackett's problems and makes them into her own. Oh, how she hates living in the city and how she's gone crazy living in New York. It's an accurate painting of New York. This film is classified as a comedy, but it might as well be one of the darkest comedies you're ever going to see, as every supporting character Griffin comes across has either given up on life or is trying to make sense of New York City, and in turn will give up on life soon enough. And look at John Hurt. Yeah, he seems to be a lot of fun to be around, right? There's not a lot more for me to say, as this film is spectacular and I love this film, and it could be looked at in one of two ways. You could either look at it as if a guy is having a really bad day and it's focused on his bad day and bad luck, or you can look at it as a study of a city. Either one of them applies to After Hours, which is a fantastic film and an equally fantastic counterpart to Scorsese's other comedy, which somehow flopped, which is called The King of Comedy. That is one of my favorite films of all time. In both films, they study the fact of living in New York to some extent. This one a bit more than The King of Comedy. This one furthers that same study of New York as a living thing, or state of being, or state of mind. And it has an absolutely fantastic ending, an ending Scorsese is known for, not how his films end nowadays. I love how existential his films used to get in the third act earlier on. I'm going to give this film a perfect score, and the highest possible score I can give, a 5 out of 5. Go watch After Hours as soon as you can. This is the type of film you show to someone to test their sense of humor, and if they don't like After Hours, never talk to them again. If you're out on a first date with a woman, if she doesn't like the sense of humor of After Hours, don't go for a second date. After Hours is a fantastic film. Go see it as soon as possible. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, people. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and share this video if you're a fan of Scorsese, and if you're a fan of me and this awesome shirt that I happen to fit into again. I've been losing a bit of weight apparently. Just wanted to say thank you, and remember to love yourselves. Have a good day.